If it's not your baby, don't kiss them this Christmas. We know at Christmas time there are so many family gatherings and so many parties where babies get passed around left, right, centre. And there's a fantastic campaign by the Lullaby Trust called Think Hands and No Kisses. Over Christmas there are so many different viruses from RSV, flus and colds, and it's really important to be able to keep your babies safe. And if we wash our hands before we touch other people's babies and do not kiss them, we help to keep them safe. I'm going to put a trigger warning on this next part. And I want to reiterate, this next part is incredibly rare, but the sad thing is this could have been prevented if people kept their germs to themselves and did not kiss other people's babies. So the National Child Mortality Database have recently published a report into the deaths of children who had neonatal herpes simplex virus. Now, the majority of herpes transmissions happen during the birth, and it's part of the reason why if someone has a history of herpes themselves, they will be recommended to have acyclovir to prevent a herpes flare-up and infection during the time of birth, which will reduce the transmission risk to the baby. However, 1 in 10 babies who develop neonatal herpes after birth are not exposed to it during the birth itself. They are actually exposed to it, usually someone with a cold sore kissing them in that postnatal period. The chance of this happening is much higher in the first 4 to 6 weeks after birth because babies have really weakened immune systems. Now, if the mum themselves has had a cold sore in the past, they will have developed some antibodies. Some of these antibodies go through the placenta to the baby during that pregnancy to help protect baby, usually for up to 3 to 6 months after birth. Continuing breastfeeding also helps to transmit good antibodies from the maternal circulation into baby. So there is some protection there if you yourself have had cold sores relating to your baby. However, it is still recommended that if you yourself have any cold sores as parents, you should avoid kissing your baby. And this helps to reduce the chance of transmission over to baby. Whilst I've focused on herpes and the recent report that's been published, it is important to note that it's RSV, cold, flu season, norovirus too. Last thing any person with a baby under the age of 1 wants is some sort of virus over this Christmas period. They will not thank you for it. And if you are holding someone else's baby, wash your hands. This will help to reduce the chance of transmission of bacteria and viruses across to baby. And as I said at the start, if it is not your baby, do not kiss them. I know it is deemed lucky in many cultures to kiss a newborn baby, but it will not be lucky for those parents if their baby becomes unwell. It takes a total of 4 years for an immune system to fully develop in a baby and child. So keep babies safe, think hands and no kisses.